Lesson background. This lesson plan identifies the many teaching, differentiation, and assessment strategies used to make this an effective and engaging lesson. This lesson plan is aimed towards a Year 7 PDHPE class in which students learn to identify the skeletal and muscular processes used in a range of movements and skills. The success criteria outlines I will be able to successfully demonstrate and identify the skeletal and muscle processes required for certain movements and describe how they work together during different ranges of motion. The key focus area highlights APST Area 1.5.1, demonstrate knowledge and understanding of strategies for differentiating teaching to meet the specific learning needs of students across the full range of abilities. And also 3.2.1, plan lesson sequences using knowledge of student learning, content, and effective teaching strategies. These teaching strategies provide a focus to knowing students and how they learn to understand and provide appropriate differentiation strategies, using knowledge of student learning to meet specific students' needs to optimize and structure effective teaching strategies. Teaching strategies. The orientation phase aims to gauge students' prior knowledge and experiences with links to prior lessons and learning development. Engaging students' prior knowledge before new learning prompts retrieval of prior knowledge and strengthens connections with new learning and interconnected ideas. In this stage, students will be presented with the lesson intention and success criteria in which students understand the objective, thus further developing the skill of managing themselves. The act of asking open-ended questions in conjunction with brainstorming enables a collective accumulation of students' prior knowledge, ideas, and experiences. Presenting this visually on the whiteboard invites collaborative learning within the classroom environment, further enhancing student engagement and critical thinking, allowing students to adjust previous knowledge to accommodate new information in the practice of learning new material. The foundation of this lesson plan is structured around the I do, we do, you do, and the think, pair, share teaching strategies. The I do, we do, you do is a gradual release of responsibility approach that considers a modelled, guided, and independent lesson phases. This approach shifts the responsibility from the teacher to students, firstly through worked examples in which understanding can be assessed through feedback, questioning, and links to prior learning. Similarly, the think, pair, share can be implemented into the guided phase in which enables students to work both independently and collaboratively using cooperative discussion that provides students with adequate time to increase the quality of their responses and concepts presented within the classroom. In the independent learning processes, the teacher's engagement is essential to promote deeper learning within the classroom. Therefore, the teacher's commitment to using questioning as a pedagogical approach intellectually challenges students and provides opportunity for both critical and creative thinking. The differentiation strategies for students requiring extra support requires a more tailored approach to all lessons, providing more appropriate guidance and support to develop an inclusive learning environment for all students. An example of this, in practice, introduces strategies personalised for each student, including independent work, working in smaller groups, or with a trusted friend. Using a more specified differentiation method, such as providing a more structured, broken down plan, such as Abby's instance assists in meeting her learning requirements, using strategies such as allowing headphones, providing one-on-one support, and managing classroom noise to mitigate further possible behavioural and learning issues within the classroom. Providing instructional teacher prompts such as facing Miller when speaking to him, or providing other means to provide effective communication and engagement, including closed captions, working with a trusted friend, seating arrangements, and using technology aids to further encourage inclusivity, particularly in collaborative activities. The APST Core Focus Outcomes provides a framework to support and engage a diverse range of students, incorporating differentiated strategies to effectively meet the learning needs of a range of student abilities. Providing additional muscular and skeletal diagrams, vocabulary lists, and multimodal components are some strategies included in the lesson plan to differentiate resources for not just Abby and Miller, but the wider classroom, enabling the teacher to target particular strengths and needs of all the students' learning abilities, providing a more meaningful and inclusive learning environment. Using assessment strategies within the classroom are effective indicators to gauge students' understanding and provide reflection upon your professional teaching. Using the 3-2-1 response cards as a reflective, formative assessment aids to measure student feedback and provide effective professional feedback. This strategy aims to identify what students are interested in, guiding possible future lessons, or alternatively can be used to assess not only student improvement, but common problematic areas that need reteaching. As a teacher, being reflective and actively engaged in student learning is not only a beneficial tool for classroom management, but provides preventative measures including minimizing off-task behaviors and disengagement to develop positive student-teacher relationships, ultimately creating meaningful classroom environments. A range of feedback is required as a teacher in a professional learning environment to account for different students' needs, so learning is not counterproductive. This can also be reflected upon the EDUC Focus Outcomes 1.5.1 and 3.2.1, knowing students and how they learn and to plan for and implement effective teaching and learning. Using appropriate teaching strategies, differentiation methods, and formative assessment techniques to not only enhance student engagement and achievement, but also provide authentic student learning. The Australian Education Research Organisation states, while students can acquire knowledge through their own experiences, they learn most effectively by gaining information from others. Listening to what knowledgeable others say is vastly more efficient for novice learners than self-discovery. This lesson outlines the management and teaching strategies for students ranging at a variety of academic levels surrounding different educational frameworks and pedagogies to support this. Providing reflective opportunity for both student and professional growth provides opportunity for authentic learning to foster student engagement and support while providing an inclusive, safe, and meaningful classroom environment.